All right. Fun times.
So my understanding about this particular week, we're just going to go over the part 1 of the prep paperwork. And then we're supposed to take the quiz as a group. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but we're supposed to. So,
okay.
I was going to look real quick. There are 5 questions on the prep, and I'm going to be honest, I have mine on my laptop, so I'm kind of toggling back and forth. Does anybody want to take the first question?
Are we doing the part 1 or the part 2?
Part 1. We're supposed to do part 1 tonight and part 2 on Thursday.
I think. Are you sure we're not supposed to do lesson 2, like the 2 different lessons? Because I know there's 2 lessons each week. Is part 2 of the preparation for a whole nother lesson?
Let me look. The part 1. No, I'm confused. I thought it was part 1 for the first half and part 2 for the second half. So I only have part of my part 2, like part 1 and 2. Let me look at this real quick. Well, I guess, you know what? I think you're right. It's probably lesson 2, parts 1 and 2.
That's what I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I understood. I understood that each week has 2 lessons. So this week would be lesson 2 and lesson 3. So today we need to do lesson 2, and then Thursday we need to do lesson 3.
That's my understanding too.
So I see that on the group meeting instructions, it says you meet with your group using Google Hangouts to discuss any questions you have on part 2 of the prep assignment. So I think we're supposed to use part 1 of the prep to study by ourselves, and then we go over the questions on part 2. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't really clear to me, and to be honest, I wasn't sure. So
okay, it's confusing.
It's just really confusing. So
I see what you're talking about. Discuss any questions you have on part 2 of the individual preparation assignment. So I guess we skip the first part of the preparation assignment and move on. Maybe part 2 is the.
Yeah, because it says like in the preparation assignment, like use part 1 to study as you read the chapter.
Oh, I see that. Okay, great. Okay. So that's less for us to do then.
Yeah.
All right. So I can, if no one else wants to,
So essentially there's 4 questions for us to review if we want to, and then we're supposed to take the quiz.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where.
Okay. So do we want to go over it together? I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to, if we want to.
We can if we want to. I will apologize to everybody. I started a new job this week. Starting a new job and starting your semester together, I never recommend to anyone. It has been really rough. So,
no, you're good.
Does anybody have any questions? I think it's kind of.
So did everyone do part 2? Like, do we have it all done?
I
don't have mine all done. I have most of mine done.
It was really just about, honestly, it's called like the statistical process, but it's really about like the scientific method that we've learned our whole lives.
So I mean, I got mostly through it, because it's basically choosing which sampling. I'm actually just like blown through the questions. It's the sampling methods. It's experimental. Or observational.
Yeah, the way I understood it
sort of picking it apart.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're just trying to get us used to the vocabulary, like, the different types of experiments or different types of research. That way, when they talk about it, we know. Because obviously, all the examples that they gave and everything were pretty generic as far as detail, and so I mean I'm okay to go over it, but personally I don't think I need to personally review anything, but I'm okay to do it if anyone wants to.
I feel pretty. Hyla, how do you feel about it?
I'm okay with it. I mean,
Okay.
I've done this part before.
Okay.
So
Okay. Has anybody taken this class before?
I've started it before and ended up dropping it.
Okay. Okay. I was just curious. My daughter, one of my daughters has taken it before. My other daughter is taking biostats this semester, I think, but she goes to the local university excuse me, in Denver. And so hers is different, but she really thrives on this stuff, which I do not. So I was like, okay, what do you think? So, okay, do we want to go ahead and, let me see if I can find it. We're supposed to take the quiz together.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to pull up our quiz, we can take it together.
Okay.
I'm looking. So it'd be lesson two group meeting quiz. I'm hoping it's nothing real intensely difficult.
Yeah.
No, I really hope it's just the same questions that were on the preparation assignment.
That's what I'm thinking. You have 2 attempts to complete the quiz. So when everybody's ready, we can go ahead and start.
I have a question real quick. I'm taking a few other classes, so I get the details mixed up sometimes, but are we allowed to use our notes for this quiz or not?
I thought we could.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen anywhere where it says that you can't specifically.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually if you can still post, do not, I mean, it's usually big letters and do not do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can take it twice.
Okay.
So,
okay, are we starting?
I think we're ready. Are you guys ready to start?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, question 1.
I'm waiting for mine to load. Probably because I have the live streaming going on. It's just going to take me a minute or 2.
It's all good. And I have like a million tabs open.
Okay, well, we're doing the, okay, let's see. There's a couple of questions left too. Okay, so we can do the first couple questions. I completed the prep assignment before attending group meeting. Well, I'm in trouble because right there, I didn't complete the whole thing. I'm 1 question short, so I'm going to be honest. I participated in this week's group meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the hard part. How many questions do we have? I'm one of those people. We have like 12 questions.
Ooh. 15. I have 15.
Well, we have 15 because after you do those first 2, there's a few left. So let's see what we've got. Do we want to each take turns reading the question, or do we want to just say we're on question 3 and come to an agreement on an answer?
I think it would be like beneficial if like one person wanted to read it out loud together, just so like we all know where we're at.
Okay. Do we want to take? Can we take?
I'll read question 3.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm ready. All right. So we both did questions 1 and 2 already.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, both, all. Okay. Question 3. Researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer this question, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They're discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying?
I feel like, isn't that the first one, design the study?
That's what I would say.
I agree.
That's what I would say too.
Okay, perfect.
So there we go.
All right. Question 4. Anyone?
I'll read it. Jen will read it. A researcher has, I apologize for the third person thing, it's a word thing. A researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watched each day. The researcher tallies the frequencies for each category and computes mean number of hours watched. She then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the steps of the statistical process did the researcher apply? Design the study, collect data, describe the data, make inferences, take action.
I would say collect the data.
I would agree. I would say they're collecting data. Or is it describe the data because she's making the histogram?
That's what I'm confused about. I'm gonna look in the book.
Well, it says right here, a researcher has collected the result of a survey.
So they've already collected.
So, I mean, one could argue that she's, but I guess we have to pick one.
Well, so in the book for lesson 2 for step 3, describe the data. It says when we describe data, we use any tools. This can include creating graphs or calculating statistics.
Yeah, so, I would say describe the data personally.
I agree.
Just because, because she's creating the histogram.
What would it be?
It was describe the data.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Because they've already collected the data and now they're making graphs. Okay. Anyone want to read question 5?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The population is the 1,049 people who respond, the cities of Mumbai, or cannot be determined. I would say the 1,049 who responded.
The way I understand it is that the population is who they kind of drew from, and it says it says they wanted to do this to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support the fast food business. So to me, it's the citizens of Mumbai.
Because it's the whole group. Although they did not all respond, I'm just gonna.
I think select it. Okay.
I think that's right because the 1049 that would be a sample of the whole population.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go with the citizens of Mumbai.
Perfect. This is longer than I thought it would. The quiz. It is. I thought it was good.
I agree.
I'm like, oh, I thought it was going to be like 5 questions, but it's not.
No, and they're long too.
I find the ones I study the most for have 2 or 3 questions. The ones I study the least have like a textbook. So.
Life.
Question 6.
I can read that if you guys want.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai, is that the same one?
Yeah, good question.
It's got a different question.
Interesting.
What is the sample?
Oh, what is it?
Okay.
Okay. I was like, did I not move my scroll down or?
We had one of those on, I think it was the homework quiz. Did the same thing. I was like, wait a minute, I already answered this question.
Yeah.
So the question is the sample. So I would think the sample is the 1,049 because they responded, so that's their actual.
Right.
That's what
information
too.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Question 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Has anyone not read? Are we starting over?
I think we're starting over.
Okay, I'll read then. Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where your score out of 10 is recorded. What type of data is your teacher collecting?
I would think that's quantitative. It's all about the numbers.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Quantity.
Yeah.
So
Like keep
quantitative.
separate.
I agree. Okay. Last question.
All right, awesome.
Question 8. Studies have shown that retention is the same thing. Do you guys want me to read it all over again? Oh.
No, I'm okay if you don't.
What type of, okay, then let me skip it. After the 6th day, your teacher asks you, feel confident that you have retained at least 50% of the material. You then record your response as a yes, no, or not sure. What type of data is he collecting?
Categorical.
Yeah, categorical.
Because there's no numbers there. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Question 9 is the same thing also.
Here, I'll grab the last part of it.
Okay.
Your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over 6 days. This group is called the...
Then the control group.
I would believe it's the control group because they're the ones... Well,
I would say
not to study.
because the people who
yeah.
aren't reviewing aren't getting anything. They're kind of what they're comparing everything else to.
I agree. Okay.
I did too.
Okay.
Question 10. Any takers?
I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
Which of the following would be considered an experimental design? A telephone poll asking people about whether or not they vaccinate their children, administering the tuberculosis vaccine to one group and giving a placebo to another, a census, a mail survey asking people whether or not they received the tuberculosis vaccine.
Well, that would be the second one.
It'd be the...
Administering the vaccine to one group and the placebo to another.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I agree too.
I do too. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, question 11.
Is it my turn?
Go ahead.
Okay. In a study to determine the average wage of working people in Mumbai, which of the following would be the best sample? Every 10th worker that you meet as you travel the streets of Mumbai, all of the workers in one working district, many randomly selected workers in each of the several working districts, or all the female workers. So
we're just looking for the best sample of average wage.
of working people.
I would say the many randomly selected workers.
I would go with the third one.
That's one that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay, question 12. You want to become, I'll read it. You want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory syncytial virus, RSV. You want to test your vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units or subjects?
The children.
The children taking... Wouldn't the subjects be the children taking the vaccine and the placebo, both? Okay. It's the children.
Yeah.
Question 13. It's the same statement. The question is, what are the treatments?
That would be the vaccine.
Administrators, the vaccine and the vaccine and the placebo. Correct?
Correct.
Right?
Okay. Correct.
Yeah.
Number 14. New question. Any takers?
Are we starting over again?
Yeah, more or less. We only have 2 questions left.
Okay. In 1992, the U.S. government supported a study that was run for 15 years where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided various support systems. The researchers wanted to determine if getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of U.S. citizens. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following 3 groups. This is a long one. The MTO low poverty
Voucher group,
which received Section 8 certificates or vouchers usable only in low poverty areas with less than 10% of the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with counseling and assistance in finding a private unit to lease. 2, the traditional voucher group, which received regular Section 8 certificates or vouchers, geographically unrestricted, and ordinary briefings and assistance from the local public housing authorities. The control group, which received no certificates or vouchers but remained eligible for public or project-based housing and other social programs to which families would otherwise have been entitled. Wow. A very long question for a short.
with 3 little answers.
I know, it's crazy.
Observational, experiment, or neither?
So they supported a study. Yes. It looks like it's observational because they don't have separate groups. They're just seeing if,
Well, they have 3 groups. They take the general group of low-income people and give them 3 different vouchers.
I would say experiment because they manipulated the I can't think of the word, but they manipulated the circumstances
by giving them different vouchers.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you guys.
Are we good with experiment?
Yeah.
Experiment.
Okay.
Okay. Last question is match them. I know. Okay. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
step 1
is describe the data. So that'll be.
That's Daniel.
Right. Design the study. So it'll be 3.
Oh, wait a minute. Step 1 is design the study.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3.
And that goes to step 1, Daniel.
Step 1, Daniel. Step 2.
Collect the data.
Step 2 is can. That is step 2. Step 3 is. I know step 3 is the data.
It's describe the
data. This is confusing because they have numbers and then it says steps 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's confusing.
So number 4 is step 3.
Okay.
And then step 4 is the make inferences, which is number 5, and then the only one we haven't used is number 1. Oh, that's wrong. What did I screw up? I screwed up somewhere.
Oh.
Did I screw up?
I've been putting the actual steps in the columns, which is wrong.
I did that at first too.
Okay, step 1 is number 3. Step 2 is collect the data, which is number 1. That's where I screwed up.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I'm like, how did I do? I got confused. Step 3 is describe the data, which is number 4. Step 4 is make inferences, which is number 5. Yeah, that could just completely screw me up.
Yeah.
Step 5 is number 2. So it goes 2, 3, 5, 1, 4. Am I right? And is that what everybody else has? 2, 3, 5, 1, 4. So step 5 is number 2. Step 3 is number 1. Step 4 is number 5. These always just give me fits.
So it says step 3, discern, which is describe the data. I thought that was number 4. So it's 2, 4.
Reading down, I have 5, 3, 4, 1, 2. Is that wrong? Did I mess up somehow?
Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I have my book open and I'm looking at it. So give me just a second.
I was going to say, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, if you can see, like, I wrote the acronym next.
Yeah, where it says, so basically, step 5, truth, is number 2. So no, it should go number 2, step 5, truth. Because take action is the last thing they do.
Right.
Step 1 is number 3, design the study.
Yeah.
Step 4 is number 5, make inferences. Step 2, so confusing. Number 1, collect data. And step 3 is number 4,
describe the data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should go 2, 3, 5, 1, 4.
I think I could be wrong, but I think our things are in different order because
I think so too.
Because mine says step 4, step 1, step 3, step 2, step 5.
Yeah, mine starts with step 5.
Mine starts with step 1.
So that makes sense since they're different quizzes.
Mine starts with step 5. So basically, we just have to be careful because on this one, we have to pay attention because although we're each submitting our own answers, we don't all have the same questions, so to speak.
Yep, I guess all the more reason to review the questions instead of just.
Yeah.
But now we know that even though we're supposed to take it together, that they're not identical, which is kind of frustrating. But
that's really frustrating. So.
But
okay,
we figured it out. So were we submitting?
So I think we're good. We should all be able to submit, and hopefully we don't have to take it again.
All right, I'm clicking submit.
I clicked submit.
So did I.
15.
I don't like that you have to submit and submit and submit again.
I know, they're like, are you sure that you want to? It makes you doubt yourself.
I got the first, well, no. I got the first one marked because I said I was honest and said I didn't answer all my questions beforehand. So, okay. It looks like we are successful in our group quiz. Congratulations, everyone.
All right.
I do want to ask, let me find my screen. Who would like to be group leader at the next meeting? Do you want me to go ahead and do it again?
No, I'll do it. We should.
Brandon, you want to do it?
Take turns doing it. Yeah.
I would say it's not that hard. Have you done it before?
I have.
Okay, I was gonna, because I had not done it before, so I was a little crazy at the end there. But okay, awesome. So Thursday at 6:30.
Yep, sounds great.
Sounds good.
Okay, guys. It looks like we're good. I will get this posted up on the board in just a few minutes. I'm gonna copy this URL really quick. But other than that, we're good. Okay.
All right. You guys Thursday.
Okay, everybody. Good night.
See ya.